Welcome to what I hope will be the most exhaustive review of the Asus RT-AX82U dual band Wi-Fi 6 gaming router. So the RT-AX82U and the RT-AX86U, which is a little bit higher end router, both launched in July of 2020. So these are both 6-year-old routers. They're both still very capable. You can get them for probably less than 50 on eBay. Highly recommend them. They work great. The thing that kind of set these routers apart is not only do they have good capabilities and good hardware, but they decided these ridiculous co-brandings need to happen, both to the 86U and the 82U, but I'm going to focus on the 82U. 86U also had some co-branding, but it wasn't nearly as nuts as the 82U. And the reason I say that is because and I haven't found this router yet, but they do have a Demon Hunter 82U, and you can see this thing has teeth on the front. It's got the whole Demon Hunter character on the side. Everything that you would think of, and it's not just a digital change. The actual design of the router has the teeth on the front with the color scheme for Demon Hunter. And then we come to the Gundam router, which is my favorite because it's the one that I bought. I'm not even a big fan of Gundam, but I thought it was a great design, a great layout. And just to have this ridiculously co-branded router is something I had to have. And I've had it for 6 years, so it was a good purchase. It works great. But you can see here the two distinct routers for the 82U. And again, the 86 also had some, but the 82 had the Demon Hunter and the Gundam. And I think there was also a third one they didn't really release because I found that digging around, but that's what we're going to get to now. There's a setting called the CoBrand setting that I discovered. This is the Merlin project for the Asus routers. So if you want extended functionality from the standard firmware that comes, like if you want extra things that aren't offered normally, the Merlin project will give you that. I did not upgrade to the Merlin project, but while I was digging around to see what set these routers apart, I found the only thing that tells this router what co-brand it is. So right now, I'm set to CoBrand 1, which means that I am a Gundam router. And then if you do 2, you're the Demon Hunter router. And I think there was a 3 and a 4. It doesn't seem to make much difference now, but it looks like they were planning on more than just those 2 brands. So now I've got the router UI up in the web page, and on the right I've got SSH into the router. If you don't know how to SSH, you can look that up. It's just a way to get command line to the router. Now that I have command line to the router, I can set the co-brand value from unset first of all. So if it's unset or 0, that's going to give you just the standard branding. You can see here doing unset or 0. When you log back in at both times, it's just going to give you the standard RT-AX82U UI. No co-branding or anything. So now we've set the co-brand to 1, which means Gundam. So we're going to go ahead and log out. You can see on the right here, I've also got the app up. When you log in through the app or through the web UI, now you've got a Gundam router. So even if you just got a plain boring black plastic router, you can at least do these co-brand changes on the inside. So your UI looks like a Gundam one or the Demon Hunter one. So now we'll set the thing co-brand to 2, which is Demon Hunter, log back in again, and now we've got Demon Hunter, and you can see in the app it also shows Demon Hunter. So you get a little bit of customization just by setting this one NVRAM setting in the SSH, which is really cool. You don't have to go out and buy the toothed router or the Gundam one. You can still get the UI thing. So I thought that was neat. All right, so now the co-brand's 3. We log in. On the web UI, you can see it's actually missing some images at the top, and it looks like it's broken. That's because if you log in with the app, you'll see it's got this weird Evangeline edition for a completely different router. It's the GT-AX11000 Pro. I guess they just shared some co-branding across it in firmware. Obviously, the UI doesn't have the images or the assets for it. But if you log into the app and you see that it's CoBrand 3, it will show you the Evangeline edition. So I guess this web app on the phone is shared across routers, even though the firmware for the 82U is not shared. So I went through CoBrands 4 through 7 because in that project, the Asus Merlin project, I noticed that for some reason they had 7 listed because they actually were aware of the CoBrand tag. I don't see anywhere that they changed it. But when they saw a co-brand tag of a different value, then they would try and co-brand appropriately for the Merlin edition, which I thought was neat. But for some reason, I saw 7 in there. I tried 7. 4 through 7, maybe higher ones do stuff, but I only had any kind of change whatsoever from 0, which is the standard, 1, which is Gundam, 2 is the Demon Slayer, and then 3 is that weird co-brand. I don't even know what that co-brand is, but it's not inside our firmware. So that's the only 4 options that I saw for the AX82U. So another reason I'm pretty sure there's only 2 co-brands is you look here, you can see this is a listing of all the files in the UI directory on the router itself, which is the www images directory. You can see that there's the model product for the standard one. There's model product GD for Gundam, and then there's model product K and Y for Demon Slayer. So that right there tells me it's those three major co-brands. The rest of the images kind of confirm that. I didn't find any other additional images, so I'm fairly certain you just got co-brands 1 and 2, and then 0 is the standard one. So that is some free co-branding you want to do if you just want the digital side of it. If you happen to find a Gundam, or if you find a Demon Slayer one, leave a comment, because I cannot find that Demon Slayer one anywhere. I saw it listed, I think, on Newegg, but I've never actually seen anyone physically hold the Demon Slayer one in their hand. Co-branding's there, and they got the marketing and the pictures for it, but I haven't seen it listed anywhere other than Newegg has a weird one from Hong Kong, but I haven't seen anyone had it. So if you have the Demon Slayer branded physical router, the one with the teeth on it, I would really like to see that one. Definitely leave a comment.